Recording in progress.
All right, recording in Spanish.
Okay, listos. Bueno,
Okay,
chicos, espero
we're
que
ready.
estén muy
Okay,
bien.
guys, I hope you're doing really good.
Hoy le toca conmigo otra vez.
Now it's your turn with me again.
Vamos a pasar,
We are going to start first talking about the compensation plan and to work that a bit. And then at the end, we can play around with the role play. Okay, so we can do the role plays together like last week, so we can start practicing. Now, I want to hear from you something, okay? I want to ask you if any of the things that we did last week helped you to understand how to answer objections. Please write it down in the chat if it was something that you liked or you didn't like. You can do this 100% with me, okay? You can be 100% honest.
There is a globe down here. There's a globe down here. For if you're here in English, we have professional, right? So, for you in English. So just pick your English language here, and you hear everything in English. Okay, perfecto.
Okay, perfect. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Come on. Nobody wants to share in the chat if last week's helped them or not. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so let's start. Come on. Let's start with the part of the compensation plan, because I would want to get to that first. And after that, like since last week, we didn't do that. I want to get to that part. Okay? So when we are explaining this to people, the main objective is to bring in the person, obviously, to understand. If we both try, both of us, to talk about everything that has to do with the compensation plan, everything that you are going to earn, if you don't know this industry, it's very difficult for you to understand it. And as I've always said, a confused person is never going to buy and never going to take decisions. So that's not the time when we're recruiting people to start to talk about details and confusing details. Now, everybody starts the business. Why? What is the reason? To earn money. To earn an income. And it's obvious that people are going to need to know how are they going to earn money. And this is something that you have to explain to people, because this is for, like, if it's a 4-year-old child. Because you don't have to sound too complicated. 90% of people don't know about stem cells or numbers. They don't know. So when we lower it to the level of a first grade child, everybody can understand it. So this is something that I wanted to talk to you about first. But first, we're going to start with auto shipment. Okay, so one of the things that we are seeing, that I was talking today to the team about, today I was talking to our team about this, the team that helps us to close people, and I was letting them know that we were seeing with a lot of people from retail, right?
¿Qué pasa? Y no te estoy diciendo que no llegues al retail, pero yo quiero que tu mente y
And
aprendas
I wasn't
esto.
saying that I don't want you to reach retail, but I
es
do want
una
you to
comisión y
understand
más
what
nunca
this
la vas
is.
a volver a ver.
Retail is just a commission once
Si
in your
la
life, and you'll
persona se
never see it
enamora del
again.
producto, ok, maybe
If the
puede
person
regresar atrás.
falls in love with the product, okay,
Pero
maybe they can
nosotros
come
no nos
back.
podemos enfocar en,
But
oh,
we
no, no
cannot
vamos a dejar de
focus
sacar el
in
retail.
the
No, no,
minimum.
no.
Okay,
Tu
let me just do
trabajo
retail.
tiene que ser
Your
llegar y
job
cerrar a esta
needs to
persona,
be to
al que
close
se
this
una.
person.
Mike,
For whoever
Kendall
enrolls, Mike,
el otro
Kendall,
Kendall,
no, not Kendall, sorry.
Kyle y,
Mike,
y la
Kyle,
esposa, a mí se me olvidan los nombres.
and
¿Y cómo?
this person, I always
Joey.
forget his name, Joey.
Todas estas personas
All these
nunca,
people
nunca,
have
nunca
never
mencionan retail.
ever mentioned.
Mike nunca ha vendido un retail.
Mike has never sold or retail because business isn't in retail. The business is in people entering the business and becoming our distributors. Why? Because of various reasons. First, they're going to have an auto shipment. That auto shipment means commission for you. So you need to focus in enrolling 3 or 4 retail. Instead of enrolling 3 or 4 retail, focus on enrolling one partner, and you have the same commission you were going to earn with the 3 or 4 retails. Well, that's not math exactly as it should be, but why? Because if the person enters with retail and purchases, and we know not a lot of people, but truthfully, we need 3 months for this. As we were explaining to our team, look, explain to the team that you need 3 months. If in the first month it didn't work, you lost $125. And if in month 2, you didn't do it because you didn't have the patches. If you're going to do it correctly. Enroll with this pack, you have 3 months, and if the day of tomorrow you want to access the business, you're already positioned in the organization. And this has to be something that you need to say constantly. So when you're going to sign someone up in auto shipment, it has to be the first thing that you need to talk to them about. So when they are going to sign someone in, they're going to be like, don't leave it to them. Because after this process, after enrolling, it's going to become much more difficult doing an auto shipment. How are you going to explain this to them? I think we spoke about this the other day. How are you going to explain this to the person? No, because I don't want a membership. This is not a membership. Nobody's talking about membership. This is the rent that you're going to pay in any business. Leave it like that. And they give you products. No, but I don't want to do this. This is not a business for you then. And you know that one of the sales tactics is called reverse psychology. When you say to somebody, no, this is not for me. This is for the person with the correct mindset. And since they're not going to be there, they're like, no, I don't want to do it. Oh, but you just said that you don't want to open the store. You don't want auto shipment. I don't understand how you pretend to have a business without paying the rent for your store. That doesn't happen in my country. Does it happen in yours? Y ya, si la persona te dice que no, all right, oye, este negocio no es para usted. So if the person says no, then you know what, this business is not for you, because you're going to enroll that person to earn the $50 or the $400, and the next month you're going to try to convince them to do an auto shipment, and that's possibly the person that is going to take away your managing rank or your directing rank or your senior directing. So it's very important for us to be very clear how we're going to do this. How are you going to do that if the person is in your organization? You're going to choose X39. in patches.
Y aquí eliges cuánto quieres.
And here you choose how many you want.
Y aquí le vas a poner add to
And
monthly
here you're
subscription.
going
Cuando
to
pongas esto,
put add to
aquí
monthly
arriba te
subscription.
va a
When you do
salir que
this,
está en tu
up here,
carrito.
you're going to see that
Tienes
it's
que
in
ir a
your
ese
cart.
carrito
In your
para hacer el
cart,
checkout.
yes, you have to go to that cart and do the
Si no
checkout.
lo haces, no, yo lo hice.
If you don't do it,
No
oh
haces
no,
nada.
but I did it, but you didn't
Por
finish.
eso es muy importante que
That's why
hagas
it's
ese
very
proceso
important for you to do
correctamente.
that process.
Como le comento, esto es lo más importante que nosotros podemos hacer. Si no, no tenemos el negocio para que podamos, esto funciona para recibir comisiones mensualmente,
Now,
perdón.
You have your monthly commissions.
Mensualmente.
Yes, monthly
Tenemos que tener esos
commissions.
auto-ship.
We need to have that
La
auto
otra
shipment.
parte,
The other
¿cómo yo
part
comparto el link?
is
Mira,
how
cuando
should I
tú
share
llegues a tu
my
oficina,
link?
hay
When you go
personas
to
que
your
son aquí nuevas,
office, there's a
tú
person
llegues a tu
here
oficina.
who should have been new when they reach their office.
Déjame mover ciertas cositas aquí para yo poder ver. Cuando llegas a tu oficina, tú vas
When
a
you
ver
reach your virtual office,
así como a lo
you're
siguiente.
going
Tú
to
vas aquí
see
y decir
this
negocio,
here
organización, enroll
in
new.
your back office organization, enroll new, okay?
Y aquí está tu paquete.
And here you have your pack.
Aquí lo copias y ahí
Here
está
you
el
can
link
copy
aquí
it,
arriba.
and here you have the link.
Aquí está lo que ustedes van a usar.
So here you have what you're
mandarle
going
a
to
las
use
personas.
to send the people.
Esto aquí es boards.
Okay, so this here is boards.
¿Quién no tiene, ponme en el
Who
chat quién
doesn't
está en
have,
boards,
write
por
it
favor?
down in the
¿Quién no
chat. Who
está
isn't in boards, please? Who is not in boards?
¿Quién no lo tiene? Por favor,
Who is
pónganlo
not
ahí en el
here,
chat.
please write it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Actívalo, Caro.
Activate it.
Todo está ahí en tus manos. Nosotros ahora mismo tenemos en ambos idiomas. ¿Por qué? Alguien siempre me escribe, Carlos, lo tengo en inglés, tienes esto en español. Ya tenemos todo ahí para ustedes. Todos lo que ustedes necesiten, ya lo tenemos
Everything
ahí.
that you need is something that we already have there. All the links. Why is it so important with the training in social network?
Esto le hace la vida a ustedes más fácil.
This makes your life easier. That's why.
Todo lo tenemos ahí en
We have
ambos
everything
idiomas.
here in
Porque
both
esto es
languages.
lo que ustedes van a
Why?
usar
Because
para
this is what you are going to use to explain to your team and duplicate. Oh, I don't have it. I don't know how to use it. Learn how to use it. If I don't know how to do something, it's not something that you need to say when you want to do a business, okay? You can't say, I don't understand or I don't know. Understand it and learn it. Because if you give a business, not only today, we always look for excuses. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not going to do that. Oh, I don't understand that. So you're never going to be successful in this or any other business. Because there is always something that you have to do. Oh, that's not working. I'm not going to do that. But it's a key that you need for your... Oh, I need this. Okay, it's in boards. It's in boards. That's what I always say. I'm not going to send it to you, okay? So we already did the job to do the job. And you don't want to search for it in 5 seconds? If you can't do this, you're not going to be able to do the business. And like I said before, I'm not going to lose time with somebody that doesn't want to do it at 100%. I'm not. So I'm going to give my 100%. So if I want to work with somebody and I want to take time from my business to put it into their business, but I don't care, why is it going to matter to me if it's not my business? So we're writing absolutely everything here and giving it in your hands
y puede pasárselo a las personas.
so to be able to give it out to others.
A la otra parte. Bueno, déjame seguir con esta parte.
So let's continue with this part, okay? How do we earn money? As we were saying, we have the retail client. This is something that I need. I don't want anybody in my retail job. Oh, but it's $50. Okay, I understand. Okay, I told the team today that they don't have to focus. Like there's nothing else that the person can do. Okay, at the end, we will do this. But outside of this, let's not even talk about it, okay? Let's not even talk about it. Why? Because the person in nature is always going to go to the cheapest option. If you put 150 and 299, you're going to do 299 less because they're going to do 150, and that's when doubts begin. What if it doesn't work? It's better to lose 150 than 299, isn't it? But that is where your job and my job is, where we need to know how to explain to the person why they need the 299 pack. Okay, look, this is $150 for 1 month. The owner, the scientist, the person who invented this said that for you to see 100% of the effect, you need minimum 3 months. With 1 month, you're not going to feel anything. You may feel something, but what happens afterwards? And if you don't feel it that month, you lost your money. In 3 months, you're going to realize and you're going to feel it. So you have to give yourself the opportunity of feeling it, and your health is going to improve and you are going to feel better. And start with the core. So personally, as I was saying to the girls a minute ago, we are not going to work with this, okay? Please. Now, talking about this other one. This starter, I erased it. I imagine that it doesn't exist. These are the commissions that we earn now per person, per pack. The people who used to be here when it was diamond and all that. Okay, yes, our commissions did reduce here, but they increased in.
Ahora que yo sé que es la parte más confusa con todo el mundo, que es la parte de los binarios. Y se lo voy a dibujar. No muy bien dibujo, pero para ver si eso maybe ayuda a entenderlo un poquito más. ¿En dónde estamos aquí? All right, so.
Okay, here we are. All right.
Esto es la parte del binario.
This is the binary part of the plan, okay? So when we increase the points for each person that we have, so when we sign someone up from, let's say, diamond, okay, and premium, we forgot the number here. Okay, here it is. 525 is the number, correct? Or 180 points with this, with core. I don't remember how much it was before, but now we have more points per product, which, what does that mean, more points? It means that we can close more cycles. So let me leave this here to be able to make an image for you to see it visually, okay? Let me draw this for you, okay? Oh, sorry, I have to start again, sorry.
Okay. ¿Todo el mundo puede ver mi pizarra?
Okay, can everybody see my board?
Gracias, Rita.
Thank you, Rita.
Okay, so
nosotros
obviamente tenemos
obviously what we have here is this. We have the right leg, the left leg, the right leg.
Déjame ver qué número en mi cabeza puedo
Let me
usar
do
para
this. Let me see what number in my head I can use to do this as easy as possible for you. Okay. So if I have
aquí
here
10,000 puntos,
10,000 points,
right? Sí, eso
right?
mismo lo que voy a hacer, Karina.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Karina.
Si
Literally.
yo tengo en este
If
lado
I
10,000
have
puntos, pero
here
¿por qué yo voy a
10,000
tener
points, but why
10,000
would
puntos? Y
I
esto es lo
have
que yo quiero que ustedes entiendan,
10,000? And this is what I want you
porque
to
cuando se lo
understand,
vayas
because
a explicar a
when you're
alguien,
going to explain this to somebody,
esto es la parte en donde tú le dices,
this
tu
is a
upline,
part when
yo
you
soy tu
tell
upline,
your
Rita
upline, I'm your
es el
upline,
upline de la
Rita
persona que
is
va a
the
firmar.
upline of the person
Y tú
who's
le
going
puedes
to
decir a esa
enroll.
persona,
And you
yo te
can
voy
say
a
to that
poner
person,
puntos
I
en
am
tu
going to put
línea, en
points
esta línea.
on your line, on this line.
Acuérdate, las personas no entienden este concepto
Remember,
muy
when
bueno
people don't understand
todavía
this good
hasta
concept
que ya
yet,
no entren en el negocio. Si tú
until they
acuérdate que
access the
la
business.
presentación de negocio
So
nosotros
in the
nunca
business
hablamos de esto porque te
presentation, we
voy a
never talk
confundir,
about this because we're going to
right?
confuse you, right?
So, nosotros nada más que vamos directamente al
So we're
bonus.
just
Hey,
going to go
puedes ganar
directly
por
to the
diario
bonus. Hey,
25,000
you
dólares
can
a la
earn for
semana,
binary
perfecto. Y después
$25,000
entramos
a week.
a
Okay, perfect.
esta. So,
And
en esta pierna,
afterwards, we
porque
go
yo
to
estoy
this one.
abajo de
In
Rita
this
y
leg,
Rita
because
sigue
I'm
vendiendo,
underneath Rita and
Rita
Rita
a mí,
continues
a
selling,
Carlos,
Rita to Carlos,
me puso 10,000 puntos
put
a mi
10,000
lado,
points on
¿verdad?
my side.
Yo por el lado mío
On
hice
my side,
5,000 puntos,
I did 5,000 points.
right? ¿Están conmigo hasta ahí?
Do you
Todos lo estamos
understand? Are you with
entendiendo.
me? Is everybody understanding what I'm
So,
saying?
una semana y otra, tus piernas pueden cambiar en
So from
cuál
one
es
week
la
to
más
another, the
grande que la
legs
otra, por
can change
cuestión de
to see
personas
which one is bigger than the
aplicando,
other one
por
from
las
people who
ventas que
are
tú hiciste,
enrolling
eso
or who
puede
you
cambiar,
recruited.
pero por
So
cuestión
that
de
can
eso,
change.
esta pierna se va a quedar es las altas. So,
So this is going to
automáticamente
be the
eso va a
stronger
ser
leg.
660,
So that automatically is going to be 660,
¿verdad? Y
right?
la baja va a ser, ay, ¿quién está dibujando esto?
Who's drawing this?
Es que yo no sé cómo parar esas
I don't know how to stop this.
All right.
All right.
So 330 es
So
la baja.
330 is the lowest
Right?
leg,
¿Están conmigo hasta ahí?
right? Are you with me?
So por cada 660
So for every
de esto
660
y
of this one
330 en este
and
lado se
330 on this
combinan
side, it combines
$50.
in $50.
Espérate. ¿Quién está ahí? All right. So si yo
Okay.
tengo 10,000
So if
puntos
I
aquí
have 10,000 points here
y divido eso
and I
entre
divide
660,
that between 660,
ah,
Así estoy yo.
¿cómo se puede quitar? All right. Por 660 equals 15.
times
So aquí yo
660
tengo 15
equals 15. So I have
porque
15
lo
here
dividí.
because I
So
divided it.
660 yo tengo aquí.
So
Ahora
660
en
that I
este
have
lado
here,
yo voy a tener por 5,000
on this
y
side,
obviamente esto te lo
I'm
hace
going to
la
have
computadora
5,000, and
otros
obviously
15.
this is something that the computer does, another 15.
So porque pude hacer
So
660 en
since
este
I was
lado
able to do
y
660 on this
330
side
en este lado,
and 330 on that side,
cerré 15 ciclos.
I closed 15
¿Están
cycles.
conmigo hasta ahí?
Are you with me until here?
¿Están ahí? ¿Están conmigo?
Are you with me?
Marilyn,
Marilyn,
you get it?
did you get it?
Okay. So, significa que 15
That
por
means that 15
$50
times
son
$50 is
$750 que yo gané
$750 that I earned
por tener esos puntos
for having those points.
no sé cómo esta vaina se mueve así. Right? So, por eso nosotros cuando estamos hablando de volumen,
That's why when we're talking about
es
volume,
más volumen
volume, it's about
más
this. The
ciclos
more
puedes
volume you have,
cerrar.
the more
Al
cycles you can close.
tener más puntos de volumen,
So the
ahora
more
tenemos
points of
más
volume that we
chances
have, the more
de
chance
pagar.
that we have to
De
pay,
cobrar en los
sorry,
bonos.
to be paid for these bonuses.
Si se te queda algo
So
que a
if you
nosotros
have
nos pasa,
something
porque una de las
left
cosas que
there,
nosotros
for
queremos
example, one
hacer
of the things that we want to do
constantemente
here constantly
es
is
tratar de hacer
to
esto
try to do this
y de tener un
and to
ratio
have
de
a
1,
ratio
3.
of 1:3.
Aquí está 1, 2.
Because here we have 1, 2.
15,000 puntos,
If I have 15,000 points here,
cuando termine el ciclo,
on this side, when the cycle finishes, it's going to close.
¿para dónde va eso? Para la semana que viene.
And where does that go to? To the next week.
Ya con dinero en
So that's going to take me to the next week without money in my account. If I have everything with the same 10,000 and 10,000, I am limiting my income because not everything can be done. Because one is going to be 330 and the one 660. And we're going to have 5,000 points left in one. And they're not going to charge it. They're going to leave it for next week. So those are the things. Did you understand? Do you want me to see it again? Please write it down in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for answering, Karina.
All right. Perfecto. So vamos a salir del board para las próximas partes. So,
let's go to boards for the next part. So one of the parts that most of us saw, and I know that this happened to you too, is that we saw managers that couldn't become managers previously, and now they were reaching manager, because now it wasn't only being 4 silvers or core to be able to reach manager. They need the 300 points, the 300 for the business value. How can you obtain this? Obtain it. Now, maintaining it afterwards is the part where we need auto shipment and where we need people. Why are all these people with the mic on? Wait a second.
Carmen, por favor, te puedes quitar el mute, por favor, porque there you go. Thank you. Gracias.
Okay.
So eso es la parte en donde nosotros estamos viendo
that is a part where we are seeing that people are upgrading a rank. People are upgrading to manager, and director is the next step. So when we talk about bringing a team to people, my wife today is going to meet up with 2 different teams which are working really hard, and they had to focus with them, to work with them. Sandra was constantly in the call. I don't have the numbers that Sandra did. I do that every day. They're focused constantly. That tells me that she is trying and she's going to do it. I don't know if she's senior presidential director or not, or manager. That means that she is interested, that she is actually working. Okay, I'll work with you. But we have 600 people in our organization directly. And here are 69. And the 69 are not only ours, it's from the whole team. It's for everybody. So where are the other 500 people? They lost their money. That's it. Yes, I don't want to lose my money. That's it. And I don't want anybody to lose their money. That's why I say directly, don't enter the business, because $40 or $50 is something that I don't really need. If you're going to donate it, okay, donate it to the people who really need it.
Pero si entramos a esto es
But
para
if we start this, it's to, hey,
es para crecerlo y
it's to
crecerlo y
grow it
crecerlo y
and
crecerlo.
grow and grow
Nosotros
and
hablamos de
grow.
eso, alguien puso ahí
We
que
talk
buscaba
about
una foto,
this
pero ha tenido dificultad.
with somebody that was
Bienvenido a
having
tener
difficulties, but they were
eh,
working hard, you know.
a tener
Welcome
un negocio.
to having a business.
¿Tú sabes lo que yo tuve que hacer
You
ayer?
know what I had to do yesterday?
Yo me tuve, y esto es afuera de toda
I
esta
had
información,
to,
yo
and this is
tuve
out
que
of
hablar
everything
con
that we're doing. I
inversionistas
had to
míos
speak
que
to
invierten
my
conmigo
investors that invest with me their
millones de
money,
dólares y por
millions of
esta
dollars,
segunda vez
for
trimestre
the second
que no
time in
ganaron
the quarter
ningún dinero
that they didn't
por
earn
cuestión
any money
de la
because
propiedad,
of the
unos gastos
property.
super
They
altos
had super
de
high
las cosas. So, yo
expenses
tuve
of
que darle
needing
la
to
cara a
fix
ellos y
things.
decirle,
So I had to look at them in the eye and say,
nadie ganó nada por, ya
nobody
son los últimos 6 meses
earned
que no
anything. We're
trabajamos.
in the last 6 months and we haven't earned
Y ellos
anything.
me miraron, me dijeron,
And they looked at
Carlos, un
me and they
negocio
said,
no es
Carlos, it's a
garantizado.
business. Nothing is guaranteed.
Y es lo que yo hago todos los días.
And that is what I do every day.
Experto en Airbnb.
Expert in Airbnb.
Y todavía lo perdí. Y todavía
And
perdido.
I'm
So,
still
¿qué voy a hacer?
learning.
¿Tirarme a llorar porque
So what
no
am I
salió
going
bien?
to do?
No.
Am I going to start crying because it didn't work? No. What do I
¿Cómo yo
have to
puedo
do?
salir de esta? ¿Cómo
How
logramos
can I get out
subir
of
los
this?
ingresos? ¿Cómo puedo?
How can we
Y eso
increase
es
our
parte de
income? And
todos los
that is
negocios. Van a
part
haber
of
problemas
any
y van a haber
business. There's always
dificultades.
going to be
El
problems
negocio
and
que no tenga
difficulties. Whatever
dificultades,
business
primero
out
no
there
he
that
visto
doesn't
yo. Si lo
have
veo,
difficulties, first of all, I've never seen it.
corro.
And if I
Porque
see it,
eso es algo
run,
que
because that is
definitivamente
definitely something that
no va a ayudar
is
absolutamente
not
en
going
nada.
to help you
Ahora,
absolutely
vamos
at
a
all.
la otra
Okay?
parte
All right, let's go to the next part
generational.
of the generation
All right, so
bonus.
estos son los bonuses que
All right,
nosotros
so
podemos
these are the
recibir
bonuses that we can
cuando
receive
nosotros podemos llegar a
when
tener todos esos
we
puntos,
can
cuando
have all
podemos
those
cerrar
points,
los ciclos.
when we can
Eso no
close the
quiere decir que
cycles.
personas dicen,
This
yo
doesn't
quiero
mean
subir
people
nada
that
más
say,
que llego a
oh,
manager.
but
No,
I just wanted to
tú
reach
tienes que
manager. No,
tener el volumen.
you have to have the
¿Y
volume.
dónde hay el volumen? En el
And
auto
where is the
shipment, para
volume? In
personas
the auto
firmando
shipment.
personas,
Each person who is
trabajando con tu
enrolling another
equipo.
person,
Si
working with
tú
a team.
reclutas personas
If you
hacia aquí,
recruit
ahora yo
people
quiero ir,
here and you're like, oh, I want
aquí
to
es donde
do
están
this,
las cosas
this
del
is
liderazgo.
where you have the leadership
Cuando tú estás
skills.
aquí,
When you are
yo no soy
here,
dueña de, o dueño
I am
de tu
not the
negocio.
owner of your business.
Yo estoy aquí a ayudarte.
I am here to
Pero
help
cuando
you.
tú reclutas a
But
alguien,
when
el que
you
le tiene
recruit
que dar la cara a
someone,
esa persona,
the one that looks at
eres
that
tú.
person is you,
Right? So es tu trabajo
right?
decirle
So
a esa
it's
persona,
your
mira,
job to say to
los
that person,
entrenamientos
look,
estamos
these
lunes,
are the
miércoles, miércoles,
trainings,
jueves,
Monday,
viernes, sábado.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Aquí están los links.
Thursday, and
Mira, este
Saturday.
entrenamiento,
Here are
hey,
the links.
vamos a
Each
entrar, tenemos
training,
que entrar
hey,
y estar
we're
atrás de
going to go to the
tu equipo.
training. Let's do it.
Porque
Let's
si
be
tú no
behind
oyes a
our
la
team.
persona y más
Because
no
if
trabajas
you're
con
not
ellos,
behind your team
más
and you don't
nunca van a
talk
hacer
to
nada.
them, you're not going
Porque
to do anything.
acuérdate,
Because
la
remember this,
99% de las
and
personas toman
99%
una
of people
decisión
take one
emocionalmente.
decision because of their emotions.
Cuando nosotros firmamos por primera
When
vez,
we enroll or sign
600
up
personas en
again
nuestra
600
organización,
people in
¿dónde
our
están esas 600
organization, where
personas?
are those 600 people?
No están haciendo el negocio, so ¿qué
They're not
decisión
working the
tomaron?
business. So
Una
what decision
decisión
did they take?
emocional.
They took an emotional decision.
Ah, yo quiero estar ahí.
Oh, I want to be there.
Cool.
Cool.
Ven. Y ahí
Come.
se le fue la emoción.
And that's where the emotion goes away.
¿Por qué? Eso es
Why?
temporal.
Because it's temporary.
Si tomas una decisión
So if you take
emocionalmente,
a decision emotionally,
esa emoción se te va a gastar en 15 minutos,
that emotion is
24
going to
horas.
wear off in
Ahora
15
¿qué
minutes,
viene?
24 hours. What
La
comes
realidad.
next?
Y por eso
Reality.
tenemos que estar ahí,
And that is why we have to
creciendo,
be
creciendo.
focused,
Tú
growing
nunca
and growing
sabes
and growing. You
quién va a
never
ser
know
tu manager.
who is going to be your manager.
Puede ser tu abuela,
It can be your grandma,
no lo sabes.
and you don't
Puede
know.
ser tu vecina,
It can
no
be
lo
your
sabes.
neighbor.
¿Cómo
You
tú
don't
vas a
know.
saber?
How
Seguir
are we going
reclutando
to know?
personas. Seguir
Recruiting
reclutando
people.
personas.
Continue recruiting
Seguir
people and
reclutando
continue
personas.
recruiting and
Esto no
recruiting
es
people.
un sprint,
This is not a
una maratón.
sprint, a marathon.
Ahora, no este weekend, el
No,
próximo weekend vamos a Dallas.
it's not this
Me
weekend.
imagino que
Next
van
weekend,
a
we're
anunciar
going to
cosas
Dallas.
nuevas
I
ahí.
imagine they're going
No sé
to
qué cosas
announce
van
new
a ir ahí. Me
things
imagino
there.
que van a anunciar
I don't know.
cosas
I
nuevas. No
guess
sé
they're
si va a
going to
salir
have
algún
great
producto nuevo.
announcements. I don't know if there's going to be a
Right?
new
Pero
product. I don't know.
constantemente vamos a
But
estar
we are
creciendo y evaluando y
constantly going to
creciendo
be
este
growing
negocio.
and
So,
evaluating
por
and
eso es muy
growing the
importante
business.
que nosotros
That is
podamos
why
hacer
it is
estas
very
cosas
important
y
for us to be
saberlas.
able to do these things and get to know what
All right.
they are.
Esta parte.
Okay? So this part now,
Esta parte es la parte
this
de generación.
is the
Otra
generation
vez,
part. Okay? So that's why we have to constantly continue recruiting. Recruiting nonstop, 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 nonstop. This first line, Sandra is our first line, correct, Sandra? Okay, so Sandra is our first line. So everything that Sandra does, we get a 25% out of it. Why do you think we want Sandra to be successful? First, because of her, but also because it's a benefit for us. Here, nobody, except for me, like you can say, oh, I'm working for Carlos and Rochelle, now the money goes to them. Nobody is doing that. All of us have an interest here, and the interest is financial and helping people. In the case of my wife and mine, it was both. Because it's very easy to be in pharmacy, for example, because we were the first who went to pharmacy with Jimena, but it didn't have the purpose that we wanted. It was their purpose. So this is what made us feel purpose. So purpose with finances. Perfect. That is why we are working in that line. If you don't work with those people, you're never going to be able to be there. And if that person becomes Mike, for example, now Sandra recruits her cousin. And if her cousin is the next Mike, I don't know. But what we do want to see is the people who are doing things, who are working, who are doing things. You don't even have to have a team. They don't have to have a team yet. But if we see them constantly trying and trying and trying and trying, what do you need? Come on, let's organize a team call. Like I told somebody, bring in more than 5 people and I'll organize the call for you. Or my wife and I will start. We will do this because we are seeing your good intention. You do want to do it. We cannot lose our time with people who don't want to work the business. Unfortunately, not even 20% are going to do this, as you can see in our organization. So who are we going to focus our attention to? Those 80 or 85% that took a decision emotionally just to be here? All of them in Rochelle's team? Or the 15 or 20% that said, hey, I want to be here and work and change my life? Let's do it. It doesn't make sense, right? And afterwards, we say, I don't have enough time, because we cannot lose our time in things that are not productive. I don't have time between this, my family, the church, and other businesses to lose time with a person that says, no. That hour I can dedicate to Sandra, or that hour I can dedicate to Carolina. That hour I can dedicate it to Rita, to Luisa, to any person that I know who is focused in growing and growing and wants to grow. Okay, you're not seeing the results that you wanted to see. It doesn't matter. Just continue onward. Our time is for all of you. All of you, as long as you want to work, because we all have family, we all have things to do. And that's why I was saying to Andrea and Carlos one day when we met up, that we still have that pending, by the way, Andrea, that we need to organize our times, right? We need to organize our time. Where are you putting your efforts for the return that you're receiving? If I am putting all this effort in this and I'm seeing a 0 return, I need to adjust my times. And this is something that my wife learned when she was in Monet. She dedicated a lot of time to the 80% of the people that were not doing anything. We created the group to be able to divide who started doing this so we can try to reach everybody. And hey, here we are, use us.
All right, you're done.
Well, if you don't use it, you're done.
¿Por qué? Queremos trabajar con las
Why?
personas que
Because
quieren ser
we want
sinceras.
to work with
Hey,
people who want to
si
work.
Sandra
Hey,
me recluta a mí y
if
yo le estoy
Sandra
generando a
recruits me
Sandra
and I'm
$1,000 al
generating
mes, yo solo,
$1,000 a month on my own to
¿cuántas
Sandra,
otras personas
how
Sandra
many
puede
other
reclutar que
people
le
could
puedan generar
Sandra recruit that could
$500 al mes?
generate
Y
$500?
después las personas que yo
And
recluto abajo de
afterwards, the
mí le
people who I
generan a
recruit
Sandra
underneath me can
$500,
generate
$600
Sandra
al mes.
$500,
Y esas
$600.
personas reclutan a
And the
otra
person
persona.
underneath recruiting another
Pero
person.
por eso es muy
But
importante lo
that
que
is
nosotros
why it's
hacemos
very
en la
important
parte
what
de
we do in the
liderazgo.
part of
Las
leadership.
personas que tú reclutas,
The
las
people that
personas que
you
tú traes
recruit,
a este
the
negocio,
people that you bring into the
no
business,
están preguntando de Carlos y
they're
Rachel
not
y
asking
no
for
van, la
Carlos
primera
and
persona
Rachel.
que van a
The
llamar es
first person that they're
Sandra.
going to call is
Yo entré a
Sandra.
este negocio por ti.
I enrolled in this
Rita,
business
yo
because
entré a
of
este
you. I,
negocio por
Rita,
ti.
I signed up because of you.
Y la que le tiene que dar la cara van a ser ustedes.
And the one that needs to face them and see what's going on is you.
Y por eso, hey, como
And
yo
that
siempre
is
digo a las
why,
personas,
hey, as I always say
nosotros le
to
damos
my
el
wife,
100% y
we
que ellos
give
tomen
the
la decisión de que no
100%
quieren.
and they should take the decision of not wanting to do it.
Como yo he tenido estudiantes en Airbnb
Just
mío,
as like I've had students in Airbnb
pagaron un dineral para estar
who
con
paid a
nosotros en
lot of
Airbnb.
money to be with us in Airbnb.
Sacaron préstamos, hicieron de
They
todo.
asked for loans, they did everything.
En 3 meses no entran en una
And
clase y
after
después
3 months, they
dicen,
didn't
esto no me
access
está
one
funcionando.
single class. And then they said, oh, this isn't working for me.
Si no has ido a ninguna clase en 3 meses,
If you haven't gone to a
¿de
class
dónde
in
tú crees que
3
tú puedes sacar
months,
una
where
propiedad?
do you think you're going to get a property from?
Dios
From
es bueno,
heaven?
pero te está diciendo que te mueva y no
God is
mueva nada
good,
y
but you
no
need to
entras.
move, you need to do something, and they
Y
haven't
espera, ¿de
gone to
dónde tú
one
crees que va a
single
salir?
class. So where do you think it's going to come
Muchas
out of?
personas piensan que entran en el negocio este, sí,
Many
no,
people think they
me
enroll into
dijeron
the
que no,
business and like,
o
oh,
sea, eso no
yes,
sirve.
oh,
No,
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 hey,
no,
they said
porque
yes,
no
they said
sirve,
no,
no
this
sirve,
doesn't work
no
anymore.
puede.
No, 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 wait.
Te acabas de decir que no por el
You
primero, ¿no?
just said no because of the first
Por
no.
eso es muy importante que
So that's
nosotros
why it is very important that we
seamos y seamos líderes
are
que
leaders.
nosotros,
And for us
cuando
to
tú reclutas
be
a personas,
leaders, that
hey,
when you recruit
ponerlo en
someone,
los chats,
you say, hey,
mandarle los links y todo eso tú lo
these
puedes
are the
tener ya
chats,
preparado
these
y
are the
en tu
links,
board.
and you can have everything ready in your boards.
Oh, qué bueno, aquí está Rita. Bueno, qué bueno
Hey,
que
that's
está aquí.
great,
Hey,
Rita,
te voy a
look,
mandar este
this.
enlace
I'm
aquí
going
para
to
que
send
tengas
you
todo
this
lo que
link
necesitas.
here for you to have everything that you need. There you go. And that's all.
Ya se acabó.
It's finished.
Por eso yo soy tan fuerte y tan
That is
difícil. Yo
why
quiero que
I'm
ustedes
so
hagan
hard
esto,
and
que se haga
difficult for you
su
to do
vida
this, for you to
fácil.
move, to make your life easier.
That's it.
That's
Ahora,
it.
bueno, no tenemos mucho tiempo, pero vamos a
All
hacer
right, so we don't
unas
have a lot of
preguntitas
time,
entonces.
so let's save some time for Q&A.
¿Alguien tiene una pregunta? Levante sus manos.
Anybody
para
has
ver
any
el
question?
micrófono.
Hands up, please, to open up your mic.
¿Nadie tiene pregunta?
Nobody has questions? No doubts? No concerns?
Oscarlini Rojas.
Oscarlini Rojas.
Ya se puede quitar el mute.
You can unmute now.
Okay.
Ya.
Hola, buenas
Okay,
tardes a todos.
hi, good evening,
estás?
everyone. Hi, how
Muy
are you?
bien, gracias a
I'm
Dios.
doing good, thank God.
Mira, tengo una dudita
So
aquí.
my
Con
question
el nuevo
here
plan de
is, with the new
compensación,
compensation plan, the question is,
saber
I would like to
si las
know
personas cuando uno
if
la mete
the
en el
people,
negocio
when one enrolls
o
them
van a
into the
comenzar a hacer su
business
negocio
or
en el
signs them
plan
up, or when they
core,
start to work the business in the core plan,
él puede hacer el negocio
can
como
they
lo está
work the
haciendo el de
business
Avance.
like the
Lo que
one
pasa es
in
que
advance is doing?
no pude escuchar la otra
Because I
clase
wasn't able
y no
to
me
be in
quedó
the
claro
last
porque
class and I don't have
el
that
plan
clear.
core
Because
era
before that, the
el
core
plata
plan was the silver, right?
y ya ahora
Yes.
le cambiaron el nombre,
And
se
now
llama
they
core.
changed the name. Now it's called
Entonces,
core.
si esa persona puede hacer el
So
negocio igual
if
como
that
lo
person
hace
can
el
work
de
the business
Avance,
in the same way as
premium.
advanced and premium.
Ok, muy buena pregunta.
Okay, that's a great
Una de
question.
las cosas que ellos
One
cambiaron
of the things that
por
they
lo que es el
changed
FTC,
for
que
the
es
FTC,
la regulación del
which
gobierno.
is the government
Por eso ahora
regulation,
no hay,
that is
si
why
eres
now
diamante,
there
puedes
isn't,
ganar
oh,
más
if you're
dinero.
diamond, you can earn
No
more
se puede.
money. You can't do this.
Ni tampoco te pueden decir, hey,
And also you can't
para
say,
tú hacer
hey,
esto,
for you to
el
be able
negocio es
to
más que
do
claro.
this
Te pueden poner
business,
ciertas restricciones.
these are the
Ahora
restrictions. You
realmente
can have certain
tú puedes
restrictions, but
hacer
right now,
negocio
truly, you
en
can
core,
do the business in
pero
all of them.
lo que tienes que tener es
Because
los
what you
puntos.
need to have is the points clear.
So, core, premium, Advanced, core advanced,
premium, advanced, premium is all we can do. You can even do it with the starter if they add you with an X39 to $125.
Porque si tú vendes un premium, te van a dar la
If
comisión.
you sell a premium, they're going to give you.
¿Entiendes? Pero lo que sí vas a necesitar es llegar
But
al
what you are going to need to do
para llegar al
is
próximo,
to
para destapar
be able to unblock all your commissions, everything, you're going to have to reach the advanced. But you can generate money being a starter, selling products, enrolling people. You're going to earn commissions.
Entonces tendría que ir avanzando
So
otro
then I would
nivel
have to
para
advance to the
para
next
hacer
level
lo que
to
es
be
el
able
nivel.
to do multi-level.
Bueno, perdón,
No.
déjame ir para atrás. Para tú llegar a destapar la
To go back, for you to be able to unblock generations, you're going to do core or have your points.
Okay. ¿Con cuántos puntos necesita uno estar
With how many
o
points
empezar a
do
ganar?
you need to have to start to earn? Okay, I don't have that right in front of me, but if I remember correctly, it's minimum 300 points.
puntos.
Okay, 300 points. That is why now, before to be manager, you needed 4 silvers. Now it's 300 in points. If you have 5 retail that gave you more than 300 points, you became manager.
Más de 300 puntos
More
es
than
para ser
300
manager.
points is to become manager. Yes. And you're activating your business. The moment that you enroll, you can, with any of the packs, well, except for starter, you can start to generate income enrolling other people underneath you.
Porque yo tengo una dudita ahí con
Okay, because I have a
respecto
question
me
about
estoy
that.
metiendo aquí en mi página,
I'm entering my back
porque yo
office
tengo tres
because I
afiliados
have
entonces,
3
¿verdad?
affiliates right now.
Entonces aquí yo no
And so
todavía
here,
no capto
I
ese
don't really
meta,
understand this. I don't know if I'm
pero
slow in my
aquí dice
mind,
que de
but
un lado
here
tengo
it says that on one side I have 3,000, no, 3,579, which is the
de periodo,
LV of the period,
de periodo.
and
No
LV of
sé qué
period
significa
too.
eso. O sea, estoy como
And I don't know
perdida.
what that means.
Perfecto.
So I'm a bit
Esos
lost.
son puntos que te dio tu upline.
Those are the points that your upline gave you.
Ok.
Ahora tú tienes que generar esos
So
puntos
you
no
have to
van
generate those
contar
points that are not going
¿verdad?
to count, right?
Para que tú subas de rango porque te
For
lo dio
you
tu
to
upline.
rank advanced because your
¿Y
upline
dónde
gave it
yo
to you.
puedo ver la
Okay,
cantidad de
so where
puntos que
can
yo
I
tengo?
see the
Porque
amount of
yo
points
tengo,
that
yo
I
tengo
have?
mis planes y
Because if I already
comisiones
have
que
my
yo veo,
plans and my
pero
commissions, and that's
tengo,
what I see.
aquí me dice que
But
tengo un
here it says that I have
88%. Me
88%.
falta tal vez una persona para
Maybe I
poder
need
llegar a
one
manager.
person
Es
to
mi
reach
pregunta.
manager. That's my
Ya, ahí
question.
mismito te está diciendo qué es lo que
Yeah,
necesitas.
there it's saying what you need.
Okay.
Debajo. Y ahora hay dos maneras de cómo tú
And
puedes
now
dar
there's 2 ways that you can do the scene 1 and scene 2.
¿correcto?
Donde me voy ahí en detalle.
Okay, if I go to
Mira,
details.
bueno, no sé si es que a mí no me va a
Okay,
salir
let me see,
por
because I'm
los,
not going to see it right now because I
por los
have
temas, pero sí.
the ranks. But
Déjame
yes,
tomar una pregunta más,
let
pero
me take one more
No, no hay
question.
problema.
Okay, no
De todas maneras,
problem.
yo
Afterwards,
le tomo una foto y
I'll
lo
take a
paso
screenshot and
al
I'll
WhatsApp.
send it to you
sí,
by WhatsApp.
yo te lo, o pónmelo en el grupo, ponlo en el grupo y ahí te
Yes,
lo
include it in the group and we'll answer it
Ok,
there.
muchísimas gracias.
Okay, thank you very much.
Dime, Ainara.
Ainara,
Qué bueno que volviste.
I'm happy to see you back.
Dale.
No me está diciendo, pero...
Oli, ¿cómo están? Los
Hi,
extrañaba.
how's everyone doing? I missed you.
Mira, tengo una pregunta, Carlos.
Okay, I have a
Cuando
question
yo
for
en
Carlos.
redes
Since
sociales
I've
puesto
been
Instagram
posting in
hablando
social media,
del
talking
negocio, del
about
precio,
the
todos lados,
business and the
yo
product
he
and
me ha
everything,
pasado dos cosas.
I've had 2 things
Personas
happen
que
to
que
me.
han hecho contacto
People
conmigo
who have contacted
y
me
quieren que
and
diga
want
por
us
teléfono en ese
to let
minuto
them know via phone
cómo funciona el negocio.
in that minute how the business works.
Primero empecé por
First, I
invitarlos
started by
a las
inviting
llamadas de
them to the
presentación
presentation
porque no
calls
me sentía
because I
100%
didn't
capaz
feel
de hablarlo y no quería
100%
echarlo a
ready to
perder.
talk about it, and I didn't want to do things wrongly.
Cuando hice eso, muchos no llegaron a la llamada de
When I did
presentación,
that,
les hice
many
seguimiento,
didn't
me
reach
dijeron,
the
Carlos, se
presentation
me
call.
olvidó,
They said,
ay,
oh
que no
no,
sé
I
qué, que no sé
forgot
cuánto, que no sé qué. Le envié la grabación de
this
la
and that.
llamada
I
de
sent them the
presentación
recording
y
of the
luego que les
presentation
volví a dar
call.
seguimiento,
And
no
after that,
contestaron
I
más.
did follow up and they
Ese
never
fue un
answered
escenario.
again. That was one scenery.
Cuando vi que me estaba pasando eso, entonces seguían haciendo contacto
After that,
conmigo
they
para
continued
que
doing
yo, o sea,
contact with
diferentes
me.
personas, yo dije, bueno,
So
déjame
different people
intentar
can say, okay, let me
no
try
invitarlos a la llamada de
not to
presentación porque
invite
al
them to the
final no se van a
presentation call
presentar
because they're
y
not
para
going
no
to
desaprovechar a
be
esas
there, and I don't
esas
want
personas que mostraron
to
interés, pues voy a darles
lose the interest of the
un
people who
breve
are
resumen
interested. So I'm
de lo que
going to
ellos
do
quieren
a
saber porque
brief
estaban
summary
muy
of what they
enfocados
want
de
to know
que,
because they were
bueno, ¿y
very
cuál es la
focused in,
comisión?
okay,
Pero
so
¿y
what is the
cuántos paquetes voy a
commission?
ganar?
And how many
Pero
ways
¿y
can
si
we
yo vendo
earn?
un paquete
When if
completo
I
y
earn
me
one
consigo
pack, how
$2,
much is
cuánta es
the
la comisión?
commission?
Si
If
vendo
I
3,
sell
X.
2, how much is the commission? If I sell 3,
Tampoco me funcionó.
it didn't work either.
¿Qué tú me recomiendas?
What do you
Esas no son
recommend?
las personas para el negocio.
Oh, those are not the people to work the business then.
Esas no son las, porque te lo digo, mira,
Those are not the people to work the business.
y ya tú llevas mucho tiempo conmigo
And you've been with
trabajando
me
en
for a
ambos,
long
en
time
ambos
working
lugares.
in both
Y es lo mismo
places.
aquí que
And
lo
it's
mismo
the
allá.
same thing here than there.
Personas son personas.
People are people.
Tú le puedes poner la cosa en la mano.
You can put things in people's hands, and
Es como yo digo, le puedes regalar $1
it's
millón
like
de
I
dólares, la
said,
persona
you
va
can
a
give them $1
encontrar algo
million
mal porque tiene que
and they're
pagar
going to find something wrong
300,000
because they
dólares
need
en
to
taxes.
pay
¿Entiendes?
$100,000 in
Personas que lo
taxes.
van
You
a- yo he
understand?
hablado
Those are
con
not the people who
miles
are
de
going to
personas
work.
y
I spoke with thousands of
nada.
people
All right,
and
perfecto,
nothing.
yo sigo.
Okay,
¿Entiendes?
perfect.
Y la
I'll
mayoría
continue.
el otro día
And
se
most of them, the other
molestaron,
day, a
se
famous
pusieron bravos con mi
person
esposa.
got upset with my wife.
No, pero ¿por qué tú no me dijiste nada? Y mi esposa le dijo,
No, but why didn't you say anything? And my wife said, look,
si
darling,
yo te traje cuando estaba en Monterrey,
if I brought you
me
in
dijiste que
when you
ibas
were
a
in
cambiar el
Monate,
mundo,
you told
duraste
me you were
3 días
going
y
to
me dijiste
change
que
the
tú no
world
estabas.
and you lasted there for 3 days and you said this
Estaba
wasn't
hablando
for
de lo
you.
mismo.
This is the same thing.
¿Por qué si ella me dijiste esto? ¿Por qué lo vas
If
a hacer
you
aquí?
said
Y
that,
esa
why are you
persona
going
estaba
to
con
do
mi
it there?
esposa.
And she got upset with my wife.
Mira, tú sabes algo que quiero pasar al
You
grupo
know,
de mi
something that I want
experiencia.
to talk to the group about my
Mi
experience.
experiencia,
In
yo
my
he tenido más
experience,
resultados
I've
hablando
had
con
better
personas
results
cara a
talking
cara,
to
personas que
people
ya tengo
face
yo
to
una
face,
conexión, una
people who I
amistad,
already have
o
a connection
que,
and a
sabes,
friendship
tengo
with,
algo en común con
or that I
ellos.
have something in
Redes
common with that
sociales, a mí lo
person.
único que
Social
me ha
media, the
generado
only
ha
thing that it's
sido
generated
retail,
to me is
venta,
retail,
retail.
sales and retail.
No he hecho ninguna conexión y les
I
paso mi
haven't done any
experiencia, no quiere decir
connection.
que les pase a
I
ustedes,
haven't
pero bueno,
had
para que
any
lo tengan en
experience. It
cuenta,
doesn't matter what
las
happens to
personas
you,
que
but for
están
you to
saliendo
take
allí en las
into
redes
account
sociales
the
y lo tengan
people
en
who are out there
cuenta,
speaking in social
porque
media
a
and to take it
mí
into account
me han
because in
contactado
my
bien por,
side,
por
they've
TikTok, por
contacted
Facebook, por
people
Instagram, que
through
yo sé que
TikTok,
hablan español
Facebook, and
para acá,
Instagram
y
talking,
todas las personas, o sea, me ha dado
and
más
everybody,
resultados,
it has given me
venta
more
retail,
results from selling
de no
retail
personas que quieren
than
entrar
from
al
people who
negocio.
actually want to enroll into the
Eh,
business.
Vaya a vender
Well,
retail,
sell
en
them.
vez
You
de
can
decirle
sell
retail,
retail.
que
Instead
retail
of
es
saying
$2.99.
retail, you can say it's $2.99.
Ese es el retail.
That is a
Digo, ah,
retail.
retail, perfecto. Le cambias el nombre, este es el retail.
Okay,
Y hablas del
perfect. You can
negocio.
change the name to retail and talk about the
Hey,
business.
y otra cosa que también
Oh, and
quería
another
compartir
thing that I wanted to share
las personas del grupo,
with the people from the group,
me di cuenta, ya le
I
cogí el tiro a la
realized
gente del deporte. Ya le
I
cogí el
understand
tiro.
how to do
Que
it with
antes me
people that
tenían
do
súper
sports
frustrada
because before
porque
that was
como yo
super
lidio con
frustrating for me
deportistas,
because since I
si
work
hablas de
with
energía,
people who do sports,
es
if you
como si
talk
estuviera
about
hablando de
energy,
nada
it's
porque
as
ellos
if
no
talking
tienen.
about nothing because they
Si
have the
hablas
energy.
de cualquier
If you
cosa, no les
talk about
interesa porque
anything
se
else, they're
inyectan.
not interested because
¿Ya?
they
Entonces,
inject
¿cómo
themselves.
le cogí el tiro?
Well, how do I talk to
El
professional athletes?
X49 se recupera de una
X49
manera más rápida
recovers
las
you
fibras
quicker
musculares.
the muscle
Cuando oyen
fibers of
eso,
your
es como
body.
me paran un
When they
poquito
hear
bola
that, that's when they
y
stop and
ahí
they
es que
listen to me a
voy
bit. And that is
y es
when
cuando
I
más
get
o
up to
menos
them.
les he hecho
And
caso
more or
y he
less, they've
tenido hasta
listened
el
to me, and
momento
I've had
buen
until the
resultado.
moment a good
Pero lo
result with that.
mismo,
That it's the
no
same thing.
quieren entrar al
They
negocio,
don't want
simplemente
to
quieren
enroll into the
tratarlo,
business.
si una
They
cosa que
simply
otra,
want
pero
to have a
por lo
treatment, this or that, but at least with
ya están
athletes,
prestando atención
at
por
least
si
now
hay
they're paying
alguien que acá
attention.
se
In case
desenvuelve con
somebody
deportistas, pues
here
que sepan más o
moves
menos
around the athlete
entrar
world,
por ese
they
lado.
know how to
So, miren,
sell them.
chicos,
Okay,
porque me
guys,
encanta la otra llamada.
girls, I have to pass to my
¿Qué es
next
lo que mi
call.
esposa,
But what
ok,
is it that my wife,
y
okay,
esto es lo
this
que,
is something
otra vez, yo sé que yo
that
soy
I know I
fuerte
said this
en
before,
hablando y
and
esto,
I'm
no quiero
strong
decir
in
nada
talking, and I don't want to
tan
say
fuerte aquí
anything
en
which is
persona,
too
¿verdad?
hard
Pero
here,
es la
okay?
mentalidad de la
But
persona.
it's your mindset. It's a
Right.
mindset of the person,
Tú vas a
okay?
saber al tipo de
You are
persona que
going to
son
know
por la
what kind of
mentalidad de
person they are
escasez que tienen.
because of the mindset
Right.
of
Si
scarcity
vamos
that they have, right?
si
If
vamos a las
we
personas
are going
y
up to a person
constantemente
and
estamos
they're
hablando
constantly
de
giving
los
excuses and we're
beneficios de
constantly
salud,
talking about
te
the
van a
health
llegar personas
benefits,
que nada más están
people
buscando el
are going
beneficio de salud.
to go to you because they're just searching for health
Ahora,
benefits.
eso me
Now,
puede traer más personas,
can
pero
this
¿qué
bring more
calidad
people
de
over to
personas?
me? Yes, but what is the quality of those
Te
people?
voy a dar un ejemplo bien rapidito.
Right? Let me give you a very quick
yo pago
example.
ads, campañas
I
publicitarias para los sitios
pay
de Airbnb.
advertisements
Yo
for
puedo, me
Airbnb.
cuesta
It
50 centavos
costs me 50
si
cents
lo mando
if
en El Salvador.
I send it to El Salvador.
¿Cuántas personas en El
How
Salvador
many
puede
people in
pagar
El
20
Salvador
dólares?
can pay
No
$20,000
sé,
though?
pero
I don't know,
el rango no es
but it's not
muy alto
such
comparado a los
a
Estados Unidos.
big number
Ahora,
compared to the
lo vendo a
United
los Estados
States.
Unidos, a mí me
Now,
cuesta
if
50
I sell it
centavos,
to
me
the
cuesta
United
3
States, it's not 50 cents, it's $3, the cost of
porque
the
la
advertisement,
calidad
because
de
the
leads son
quality
mucho más
of the
altas.
leads
Voy a tener
is much
pocos,
bigger.
pero
I'm
los que
not
me
going
van
to
a
have
entrar van a
many
estar
of them,
mucho
but
más
the ones who
calificados
are going to be
para
there are going
llevarlos
to
al
be much
programa,
more
porque van a
qualified
tener la
to
mentalidad.
bring them to
Yo tengo
the
personas que
program because they're
pagan
going to have the
$20,000 y
mindset.
la
I've had
mentalidad
people
está tan
access
perdida en
that
otro lado
paid
que me tengo
less
que
than
pasar 6 meses
$20,000 and their
trabajando en mi
mindset
propiedad
is
de
so
Salvador
lost that I have to
y
work
no
for
lo he
6
podido
months
ver.
on their mindset and I haven't been
So,
able to
cuando
see
tú
them.
estás hablando con las
So
personas,
when
una de
you're
las cosas que
talking to
nosotros
people,
vamos
one of the
vamos
things that we're
vamos a
going to
empezar a hacer
start
es
doing
parar de hablar tanto
is
de lo
to
que es la
stop
salud
talking
y
so
los
much
negocios.
about health and business.
Porque cuando la persona tiene la
Because
mentalidad de
when the
quiero buscar
person
dinero,
has a
quiero
mindset
cambiar mi
of,
vida
I want to search for
financieramente,
money, I want
va
to
a
change
hacer
my
el
life
trabajo
financially,
necesario
they're going to do the
que tenga que hacer
necessary
todo el mundo,
work
pero ya
that
va a
you
venir
need.
con eso
Not everybody,
pronto.
but
Quiero
they're
hacerlo.
going to
Ok,
have that
pero si
mindset
vengo
ready.
con la
I
mentalidad
want
nada
to
más
do
de
it.
mi
But
salud
if my mindset
y
is
no
just
me
my
importa
health
lo del
and
negocio,
I don't care about the business,
perdiste el recruit,
then you lost a recruitment,
¿verdad? Eso es una de las cosas que tú
right?
puedes ver
And
a
that's
los
one of the
americanos
things that
haciendo.
you can
Ellos no
see
hablan del
in
negocio,
Americans. They
del
talk
negocio,
about the
del
business,
negocio,
about the
del
business,
negocio.
about the business.
Porque ya esa persona viene y dice, hey,
Because that person
yo estoy
comes and
interesado en
says,
ganar más
hey,
dinero.
I'm interested in earning more money.
Esa persona va a venir
That
mucho
person is
más
going
abierta
to be
a
much more
prestar
open
atención de que
to
usted
paying
quiere reclutar a una
attention
persona por la
than
salud,
you recruiting one
ahora quiere
person
meterle
because of their
negocio.
health, and now you want to
Porque
put
la
the
mentalidad no
business
la
in
tiene
their
para el
face.
negocio, nada más que la
Because the
tiene para la
mindset
salud.
is not for the business, it's for health only.
Para mi esposa eso le cuesta un
For
poquito
my
en su
wife, that's
mente
a bit difficult
cambiar
to
ese
change in
modelo.
her mind, that chip,
¿Entiende? Porque es
because
cuestión de, tantos números, pero ¿qué
it's
vale
about
200
numbers.
personas? Y de esas 205 que
And out of
necesitan
those
eso.
200 people,
A mí
5 want
dame
to actually do
50
the
personas
business.
que 20
Give
me
me
quieren hacer
50
dinero.
people that 20 want to do the business. That's what I want.
Y por eso es ir a las personas, ir a las
And that's
personas,
why you
ir a
have
las
to go
personas,
up to the
personas que ya han
people and go
pasado
up
por
to the
negocio,
people and go
personas
up
que han
to the people,
trabajado en
people
ventas,
who have
personas
gone
que han
through a business,
trabajado en
people who
muchos
know about
negocios,
sales,
gente,
people who have
personas
done
que
multi-level,
han tenido negocios y han
people who have
fracasado.
had
Es cuestión de
businesses
esas
and have
personas que han
failed.
trabajado su
You
vida entera
know,
para una
somebody
empresa.
who's worked their whole life as an
Si no
employee,
tiene un poquito de
if they
algo
don't have a
sembrado
little
en
bit
ellos
of
de educación de
something of
yo quiero
education,
levantar,
financial education, wanting to change,
desafortunadamente no lo va a ver.
unfortunately, they're not going to do
Y
it.
te pasas más
And
tiempo
you
tratando de
spend more
convencer a
time
la persona de la
trying to convince
oportunidad
that person of the opportunity
porque no la pueden ver y
because
en
they
ese
can't
tiempo que yo
see
estoy
it. And
perdiendo
in
y
that
tratando que
time,
tú lo veas,
I'm
mi
trying for you
cuñado,
to see it. My
mi cuñado,
brother-in-law,
¿dónde le puedo poner? Tengo que irme.
oh,
Todos
I
los
need to
leads
go,
del mundo
sorry,
y
but
no
I
lo
can put
hace
all the leads of the world in front of my
por la
brother-in-law, and
mentalidad.
he doesn't do
Oiga,
it
me tengo
because
que
of
ir, mi
his
esposa me
mindset.
va a
Guys,
gritar porque
I need
ya
to
después
go
no tengo más.
because I have another call.
Chao, póngame,
So,
si tienen una
bye.
pregunta, por favor,
If you have any
pónganmelo en el
questions,
chat.
please
Yo
write them
estoy en el
in the
chat ahí
chat.
también,
I'll be in the
escríbanmelo
chat
también a mí
checking.
por
Write them
privado, como
down.
quieran. Yo
Write
estoy en
me
todos los
through
chats, so,
private,
escríbanmelo.
direct message,
Chao,
DM
que Dios me la
me. I'm
bendiga.
ready. Send send me a message. God bless you. Bye.